Okay, I'm, yeah, please.
It's an asset when it is created, but it becomes a property when it is protected.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I'm giving a one more example. Everyone is having, we have the house, correct? House or flats or whatever. Is house or flats a property or an asset? How many of you believe house is a property? Please raise your hand. You don't have any answer? How many of you believe that house is an asset? House is a property. Pardon? It is liability. Okay. Okay. I'll come into that. And how many of you believe that everyone is having gold and precious metals and all this, and those are assets or property? How many of you believe those are property? So everyone is telling assets. So there must be some difference between assets and property, correct? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Adding value to the business, then it is an asset. Same thing, patent can be termed as an asset when it adds value to the business for which it has been obtained and is aligned with the
So you think
or
that
otherwise, if liability, if only to maintain.
So you agree with Sahai, correct? That when house is a liability, house is not a property.
Both. It can be both. Because when a house is in bad condition, requires a repair, can't be given on rent out, can't be rented out. There is no rather tenant who can come to the house who would like to have that house on the rent. It's a liability.
Okay, so what is the, in one line, what is the difference? What is the, yes, sir.
I would say that the property is a more defined and protectable type of asset, whereas an asset is more general.
Exactly. As Lokesh also told, property is basically a legally protected assets, correct? So all assets are not property, but all properties are assets, correct? The assets which is legally protected is property. Now, in an IP management perspective, when I come and start working on that, so I need to find out what are the assets. Now, the pen started from there. Now, earlier, I started this IP journey around 15 years back, around 2000. And that time, the slogan was idea to monetization. Now, if you go to any organization, Indian organization I'm talking about, and you will see the pain from outside lawyer and outside firm, you will see how much work you are getting. You are not getting anything from the India, correct? Most of you. Why that is for? Because the changing scenario is IP or idea for monetization. So idea to monetization is gone. The two word becomes for. Unless we can show this IP or idea is for monetization, whether it can be a defensive purposes, whether it can be an offensive purposes, but we have to show that it is for monetization. Then the work will start come, and the pain starts from there. So as a IP management, what I do, when I am seeing a structure of IP management team, what I started when I was in G, I used to report to General Counsel. When I was in Infosys, I started reporting to R&D head. When I am in Reliance, I'm starting reporting to R&D head. Now this is slowly changed. I now started reporting to a business head. Now, why I'm talking about the structural change in IP management? Because IP is nothing but business, correct? Unless IP has a direct correlation with the business in any organization, then IP doesn't solve the purposes. When I'm in R&D, R&D has their own priority settings, right? Goals and priority settings. What is the R&D priority settings? What a R&D head supposed to tell to the board in the quarterly meeting? How many patents they have filed? Correct? That R&D has filed. So entire IP team is motivated to us filing patents. Correct? Now when I am talking about reporting to our legal general counsel, what is that? It is more on the litigation avoidance, those kind of things, more risk reversal kind of attitude, kind of thing. So where is the business here? Where is the money? IP for money. So, and who can drive that one? I believe in the organization it should be reporting to business, and in turn, I think most of the countries, most Western countries, now there is something position called the CIPO, right? Chief IP Officer. It is almost in the CXO's level. But getting to that zone, it may take years and years in India, maybe after 10 years or 20 years in India. But unless that kind of position is being created, IP will not going to get anything. Every time we will do all the same kind of mundane work and those kind of things. One more thing that I was talking about, now where is those ideas will come from? What we do as IP team? We go to the inventors, or inventors voluntarily give us some ideas as an invention disclosure. We review the invention disclosure, and if it is worth for filing, there is maybe in some organization there is a patent evaluation board which has business representative, legal representative, R&D representative, and the IP representative. They jointly take a decision whether those ideas are worth for filing patent, or those ideas are worth for taking any protection. Now, the source of idea is also a person dependent, correct? An individual inventor is giving that one. There is very few cases I have seen, there is a strategy behind a team strategizing any product or any service or any those kind of works, that is what is that IP should be, what are those assets. So there is no identification of assets. There's every day means hundreds of assets every employee creates, correct? As a human being, when I'm coming to office, at the end of the day, it is my challenge that I should do something new at the end of the day, because I have to answer myself. So every human being does that, and every human being makes lots of assets, but we are not capturing more assets. Most of the Indian organizations, the syndrome is no invention here, that kind of syndrome, correct? We always believe that you are not inventing. And actually, as an IP guy, I am killing that, because whenever I'm telling, oh, you have an idea? Okay, is it novel? Is it a great idea? So when I use those kind of adjectives, great, novel, those kind of, I'm killing the idea itself there. Because most of the people, as Indians, most of the people, we believe that we are not great. We can only follow someone. We cannot do that one. So, and this is my personal experience I'm talking about, because I have 26 patents, and I know how easy to file a patent. Okay. So ideas, so it is the IP team responsibility, IP management team responsibility, that how to generate that ideas. It can be a brainstorming session, or it can be an asset management. So we should start with an asset management kind of thing, and that is the starting point for any IP management team to start with. Now, till now, as I'm talking about the structure of the IP team, the structure of the IP team till now is only reporting to different group, and as an IP guy, we are always prone for the bottom-up approach, means filing a couple of patents, talking with the inventors. We never come with a top-down approach. So we need to change our mindset if we really want to see IP management changing games in India, that we should come out with certain strategy with a top-down approach. Unless it is a top-down, unless it is properly budgeted, unless it is money is being put on that, and unless it is strategized properly, the IP management will not giving us whatever that we think of that one. Another challenge, as Subhadev was mentioned, that IP team members, this is a growth of IP team members that is also challenging, correct? I have a IP team, and I am reporting to a R&D head. Suppose I am reporting to R&D head. So my position in any organization is chopped. I am at least 5 levels down from the CEO of the company, and I know my growth cannot be above that one in present scenario. Why? Because I am not related to business. Why? Because I am not making any money. Why? I am not client faced. Why? So whatever the business parameters as such, for getting a position is created in the higher level. Those kind of work, IP team, as a IP team, we are not doing as such. 1 minute. IP team is not doing as such. So what is happening is the IP head's position is getting fixed. Then the junior guys in the IP team is also fixed, correct? So what those guys will going to do? And as a IP, all of us, all of you, taking a IP position or any organization, you will be happy for getting salary for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but beyond that you need a growth. So what you need to do? You need to change different organization. So what is the purpose of that? It is the same old wine in a new bottle. Correct? So jumping one company to another will not solve any purpose. So as a IP team, as a IP management perspective, we have to be very serious. We have to understand business. We have to understand how we can be more proactively doing, showing the organization money. IP is all business. So unless I show IP is a business, there will be no growth as such on IP. Yeah, please.
Do you have this kind of mixture between people who are lawyers, but at the same time who have a kind of business perspective? Because I think this sometimes is missing in many corporations. You find lawyers on one hand, but you don't find lawyers who have this kind of business perspective, which is really important in terms of IP management. Without this, I don't think many companies can go very far in terms of IP management.
Exactly, I agree with you. So all the lawyers or the IP guys in India, in US or other countries, IP is same as IP lawyers. But if you take a statistics in in-house counsels or IP in India, 80% is not a lawyers. Okay, they have they have a technical background. Now, when you are talking about the business sense, so maybe people has a business sense, but people doesn't have the business power, the budget, the decision-making power. The decision-making power is somewhere else. So unless that is there, IP will not grow, correct? It is all bottom-up approach. We have to make a top-down approach and make IP team as a relevant to the business. Today, what we are making as IP team is a relevant for maybe 20% for a R&D of an organization. And in present days, yeah, R&D also has to be relevant to the business. In Indian scenario, R&D has hardly relevance, correct? Most of the companies. So if R&D itself doesn't have that kind of, how the IP position under the IP R&D head will get the relevance in the business. So it is all we need to think through. We need to strategize that one. And there is no dearth of ideas. There is a plenty of assets, intellectual assets, as Dr. Agarwal talking. And I have done that exercise. We have done, Shubhadev also has done, we have done in Infosys. There is a plenty of assets. You know that how many we have collected? Around 15,000 assets. How many patents we filed in Infosys? That time. Now it may be 400. That time it was hardly 200. How many trademark? Hardly 10 or 15. But where is the rest of the assets? Who is taking care? Where is the management of those assets? Where is the buy-in from the management, senior manager or business management? So we need to think through. So there is lots of challenges. And because those are lots of challenges, after 15 years also I'm still energized to do something. So challenges should be there. Okay. So thank you very much.